How's it going, guys? Right now you are watching some of the Spider-Man footage gameplay in the background, and I wanted to talk about the second DLC that was just recently released, the Turf Wars. So I have finished it, I have played it through, I have played it on spectacular difficulty once again, and also I want to say it was about maybe 2 hours length for my case anyway. But I'm not sure, it might be me, might be just me anyway, but it felt a little bit even shorter than the first DLC. That's just an opinion. Now, also, if you do keep in touch and if you do follow my Twitter page, I highly recommend it, by the way, check out my Twitter and follow me there, because, you know, I always talk about this sort of things down there as well, and give you my initial impressions of the game at very first chance I get. So obviously before YouTube, in fact, the video. Now the reason is just that when I have finished the DLC, the Turf Wars, I was a little bit disappointed. Because in fact I have given a few minutes, actually an hour or two, and I have processed through and thought about what I have played, and so I don't want to be like extremely disappointed talking about this at the very first chance I get, or extremely ecstatic. I was neither of them. Disappointed more closer, to be honest, because when I have finished the DLC2, it reminded me very much of the DLC1. Now that's not a bad thing. The fact is that I have liked the DLC, the first one, the Heist. Actually, I like that one more than this one, the Turf Wars. Perhaps maybe I'm not much of a fan of the Hammerhead, and I'm not much fan of the you know, the gang wars and stuff in Spider-Man's universe, to sort of say, you know, the criminal activities and stuff. It's just not my type of gig, because I really like Black Cat, and she's a very, you know, very famous character, and like not very few people do not know who's Black Cat. But that's just out of the way. The questions is just because when you have that kind of conversations between the Black Cat and Mary Jane, and having a conversation when they're like, you know, they were in a relationship and sort of say, that's from DLC 1, by the way, it's not spoilers. And actually it is spoilers for DLC 1, but it's not spoilers for DLC 2. Oh shit. Basically it was a good banter between them, actually. Not directly, but indirectly, if that makes sense. Between Peter in like right in the middle sandwiched. Anyway, but basically it's a lot of fun. You find out new things about that you had a relationship with Felicia, and then, you know, you presumed could have had a son. That's awesome. Spoilers again, DLC 1. But anyway, it was presumed, obviously ended up a false statement. It was just Felicia lying to you, just for you to get to help her doing something else. And there was none of that in here, unfortunately. Not right. There's just, I felt like in DLC 1 there was like 2 to 3 parts of the story that you were doing, right? The main story part of the DLC. The second one's helping out the Felicia and finding out about your son. And thirdly, in my opinion, I think it's actually the quests, right? Oh, actually, it might have been 4 as well. So the main quest is actually Felicia, you're helping her out. That's the DLC 1 I'm talking about. And also involved your son that you're thinking about, obviously. Second thing is that you're uncovering secrets and finding those paintings, like very expensive paintings. Ends up, spoilers again, that was actually Felicia's dad using you. And so that's like a second story to it. And the third one is Screwball, and I goddamn hate her. I just don't like her. And once again, she makes an appearance in the DLC 2 as well. Don't like her at all. Hate her. Like, she's just a useless character. She just makes quotes from the modern age of memes and stuff. She even talks about it directly. Anyway, that's out of the way. Unfortunately, we don't get to catch her, I believe, so she's definitely gonna make an appearance again in the DLC 3, and then we finally will be able to catch her and put her down for good. Well, I mean, not kill her. Obviously, Spider-Man does not kill. But good things I want to mention now as well. We don't get those moments of playing as Mary Jane, or, you know, just walking around stealth missions, sort of say that they're not very good stealth missions, in fact. Like, you get none of that. that's a good thing. But there is a somewhat similar aspects of it. Like, for example, you have those gadgets, you go around, you find out secrets, right? In the gadgets, there's just one mission for that you get to do, and that's solely alone one mission. That's that. It's pretty much it. The story did not really go well towards the progression, I believe, so that you guys might notice, but we got to have more time with Yuri Watanabe, and she pretty much goes on a rampage, more or less. She loses control because Hammerhead pretty much kills her men, and she's in rage, and so she loses her cool. She even says to Spider-Man, "I'm gonna arrest you if you don't leave her out of here." Let her do what she wants to do. Basically, Spider-Man tries to calm her down, but then he just backs off as well, because it makes sense. I mean, that is Spider-Man's move to do, but some of this stuff I just don't agree what Spider-Man could have done at that moment. In my opinion, Spider-Man is a lot more heroic than that, and sure, maybe he needs to give Yuri breathing room for her to calm down and collect herself, think about what she's doing. But you know how this all always goes down. It never ends up being a good thing. So after that, we don't get to see her again, not until the very last end of the mission anyway. Not gonna spoil that part because it's a DLC2 spoiler, and I have not mentioned anything on DLC2 spoilers, by the way. The only spoilers I mentioned was DLC1, if you did not know. I will mention the spoiler parts as well, but it's the man getting killed wasn't much of a spoiler because it was in the trailer as well, so that's not really considered to be in the spoilers. So if I would have given, I'm not sure what I've given this, the vanilla of the Spider-Man PS4 game, the verdict, and I don't think I do these, verdicts anymore, but, an 8 out of 10, I would presume I would provide it at this point. DLC 1, I would have given maybe 7 out of 10, and DLC 2, I would give it a 6 out of 10. Hopefully that this road does not go down any lower, because DLC 3, 5 out of 10, that's kind of mediocre at best, and that would suck. So yes, you can presume by tone of my voice, I'm not very pleased. It wasn't very satisfying to me, and again, there's a cliffhanger, but I'm okay with cliffhangers because we got on DLC 1, and that reduces the points for sure, but I mean, they're cliffhangers. They're episodic type of DLCs, episode 1, 2, and 3, so the heist, the Turf Wars, and then the Silver Lining, that's the name. And I don't know, it's not my type of gang, not my cup of tea, so to say. I did not enjoy this as much as I probably would like to. Now, I do wish to tell you this is more of my personal opinion. It does not go generally to everybody. You might feel differently. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You might feel that this DLC was really good, but as well, I do want to mention, because some people did mention in the comments to me saying that they should have just added all this into a main game instead of DLC, as having a DLC. To be honest with you, I don't think that this sort of thing would work in the vanilla DLC, and they have decided to go separately, and I think that is a better route to go with. So, do I agree that the DLCs is a better idea for this sort of implementation and continuation? I think yes, I think it is. Also, regarding the cash and how much it is it worth it, the $10? My general opinion, I like it, right? I think it is worth it, but I can definitely see for some people that it just simply ain't worth it. And I completely agree if you will tell me that this is not worth it, there's barely content. And talk about content. DLC 1, I believe, so you get the criminal activities again. You have to go around the map, around the world, so to say, stop those criminal activities. And there's one new feature that you can do, escorts, right? Just follow the car through, make sure that one of the gangs, guys will be going to the judge and saying something about the Hammerhead. Obviously, you got to make sure he's protected, and so nobody kills him. But you know how it will go down. At the end of the road, somewhere nearby, perhaps, there's always going to be some few bad guys that you have to take care of. repetitive as hell. But as well, that's it. That's the only new thing that you can kind of see. Spider-Bot, I don't believe I have encountered any more of them on the taking down the activities, that, you know, gang activities and stuff around the world. I don't know. I didn't really like it either way. It wasn't that good. Like a lot of these sort of things that repeat themselves, they tend to repeat themselves, but there's just too much of it, you know. Anyway, but basically at this moment I have not yet finished by getting 100% completion of whole thing, because I will be definitely going for 100% trophy completion. And I believe I need one more trophy, and I need to like do those, I'm not sure, 8 more gang activities around the world, around the map, and just simply stop them. And that's that, and I've completely finished the DLC2. Like, the amount of content in here is just very, very, very low amount, and I'm very happy the way it's not like worth 15 to 20 to 25 bucks for each of the DLCs. I'm very happy about that. $10 I think is a respectable price in my general opinion. I definitely could see this going to up to even $5, but with the amount of stuff that it intends to have, I think it still is a good time for you to get it back into the world of Spider-Man, and for you to enjoy your time in it. Anyway, well, thank you so much for watching, and oh, I think I have forgot to mention the suits. Yes, indeed, I have already mostly unlocked all the suits. I have unlocked the, what was that suit? The Mark II suit, you know, silver black. Actually, it is silver. I was very worried about the suit in the comments that I have made like a week ago or so, and saying that it just looks very black. It should be silver black, the armor suit, Mark II I think it was called, or something like that. But anyway, and this time if you look in the game, then yes, you can see it is actually silver black. Unfortunately, I'm not showing you guys this because I did not get any gameplays of it. I don't like it. That's my fact. I'm not a fan of it, really. I do like the Iron Spider suit from the comics and the animated movies and cartoons and so to say, but I still tended to run with the original suit because it is my favorite for sure. From all the suits that we have gathered all together so far, my favorite one is still the original Insomniac's Spider-Man suit. And Insomniac's I'm talking about, with the big white logo right in the middle. I love that suit. Yeah, also the cartoonish spider, the animated spider suit thingy, whatever it is, I'm not a fan of it at all. I'm not a fan of it at all. Like, I have to get like 100% completion in the maps of the world of Spider-Man, and then I will be able to use it. I'll give it a shot. I will update you as I mentioned in Twitter, and I will mention if I do like it or I don't. Most likely, as far as I'm thinking about it, I don't think I will like it. But tell me down in the comments as well if you like this DLC too, if you, whenever, you know, if you have finished it by now already. And yes, I will mention down on Twitter. Please follow me down there. Check my Twitter, or the links will be down below in the description for you to look through my Twitter. It's just ZIYT, as simple as that. Just follow me there. We can have a general conversations out there as well. And I will mention about the suit if I like that animated suit or not. If I clearly did not mention anything, you know, obviously I just don't like it. I wouldn't even think of saying, oh, what's the point of mentioning it? It's shitty. Anyway, that's just my general opinion. Thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you guys later. Have an awesome day. And yeah, have a good one.